Good afternoon, students. మన వాయిస్ వినబడుతుందా? Then why you are not talking? Good afternoon, students.
Good afternoon, ma'am.
Okay.
Good afternoon, ma'am.
Good afternoon, madam.
From the time of okay,
Good
all
afternoon.
muted.
Madam, host mute చేసాను madam.
In the
Host mute చేసాను.
Host.
so last class ఏమున్నామా? This is completed. This one
Yes,
cardinal,
ma'am.
this one you finished.
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
This one you finished.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
So that is some other types of demand we see. Mute చేస్తేనే మంచిగా ఉంటుంది.
This also complete.
మ్యామ్ మీరే మ్యూట్ చేయండి మ్యామ్.
Yes, yes. Ma, this one I have not completed, ma. Is it completed? You can chat in the box. Okay. Here, in the last class, we have studied about the cardinal and the ordinal. Cardinal and the ordinal. Wait 1 minute, ma. So here we have finished the cardinal and the ordinal approach. This also we have finished. Now we are seeing some other types of demands. In the some other types of demands, we have direct demand, indirect demand, joint demand, composite demand, and competitive demand. So in this, what is the direct demand? So this is the demand where it satisfies the human being directly. Means from outside, no, it is directly will give the satisfaction. That is the demand are food and clothing. You eat, that is directly you are getting the satisfaction. When you wear the dress, it gives the demand. That is a satisfaction to the human. And the indirect demand means where this is a demand are used to produce consumer goods. Whereas the production, the goods for production come under this kind. It is also called the derived demand. This one I'll explain. These all are comes joint demand. So where the tea, hey, this one will be finished now. Tea leaves, sugar, milk, this all be combined. Then it gives the joint demand. Now we'll see that this one factors is creating. Yes, this also we finished. And this also we finished. This one also, law of demand is also finished. Where it slopes downward. Yes, now? Law of diminishing marginal utility. Yes or no? These are also we finished in last class. Now we'll see from here. It's a very important question. Law of diminishing marginal utility. Law of demand. Now, law of diminishing marginal utility means, according to this law, as a consumer goes on buying, suppose I goes on buying the commodity, its utility will goes on decrease. So this thus is give the maximum satisfaction. As you first time you go and see the product, oh, means it's give a lot of satisfaction. As every time you feel, suppose if you go any place like Taj Mahal, you went. First time when you go and see, you give a lot of satisfaction to you. Oh, it is very good, very nice. Like that, you will be expressing that is give the maximum satisfaction. Next year also you went. Next year also went. But second time when you go, oh, you'll say, oh, means what the satisfaction you got the first time, second time it decreases. Again, after 6 months you go, your satisfaction decreases. Again you go, it decreases. As you are going to the same place, your satisfaction will comes down. That is, marginal utility of the commodity is equal to the price of the commodity. He purchases more units when the price is lower and the less quantity when price is higher. Is it clear? When you purchase more units, when the price is lower, when you buy the less commodity, when your price is higher. Is it right? Got my point? Yes. Then next is a income effect. How is income effect? When your price drop increases, the purchasing power of the consumer. Means when your price comes down, the increase of the purchases power also increases. When your prices increases, purchase power of the consumer will decreases. So here it affects in the income. And the substitute. Substitute means when the price of the goods falls, when the price of the substitutes remain constant, means consumer buy more of the products, means more. If it is not, you are getting the next one substitute, which is related to that, they will make. Again and again, we do the same, give the satisfaction. Yes, Yasmin? Good. And the law of diminishing marginal utility states that all else equal, as consumption increases, your satisfaction will remain same as you're consuming more and more, where it is a additional unit declines. So here the marginal utility is the incremental increase in utility that result from consumption of one additional unit. That is, a utility is an economic term used to represent satisfaction or happiness. Diminishing, where it is declines the enjoyment of a consuming or buying one additional good. I mean, for example, a consumer buys a bag of chocolate, and after one or two pieces, their utility rises, but few pieces, their utility will start to decline. When you when bag of chocolates you eat, you buy one or two chocolates will give the more satisfaction. It will declines with each additional pieces. Okay. Then it gives the negative equity. Okay. The next is a exception to law of demand. Exception to law of demand means where it cutthroat the business. Exception to the law of demand means in an economic environment is an economy. The central determinants of the economic situations are the supply and demand factor. Both supply is more, demand will decreases. Demand is more, supply decreases. So like that, it will be cutthroat the business sector and the stability of the price of an item continues to facilitate in so far as demand and supply are not equal. Both will not be equal. One is up means one, the other one is down. Okay. The present circumstances is where the demand and supply are in balance. Some present, that is a equilibrium. Understood? Next. In this exception, we have Giffen paradox, Giffen goods. Giffen goods are conceptual, which is presented by Robert Giffen. For example, Godrej goods. Everyone know that Godrej goods are the product that is substandard and inferior goods when compared to the luxury product. Means here, it gives, in case, remarkable features of Giffen goods is that cost increases, the quantity demand will also increase. So suppose, for example, Pierce. Pierce is a soap where it has a demand and the quantity also. So like that, it is a different goods, the cost increases, quantity also, demand will also increase. The cost of the one pure soap, it is a 50 rupees. That is, cost is more, demand is also more. Is it clear? Price changes change expectation. Here, price changes the expectation. Means there are times when the cost or price of an item, product or service, where it is increases, and the economic situation are such that products or services, whatever the products, might become more costly. Your price expectation will go. If you are going and buying, are expected your expectation is very less, but when you go there, it is more costly. In case purchasers might purchase a greater amount of these items before the cost builds any further. So yeah, the purchase cost, purchasers may purchase more greater amount of the items. Means in future, it may expect, it means the purchaser, he may think that in the coming future, that in a given paradox, there has given the example. In the given paradox, they have given the example that that is the Irish potatoes. That is Irish potatoes feminine is an explanation. That is although the potato feminine in Ireland, it is consumption of potatoes has increased. When it is the potatoes increased, then staple of Irish eating is a routine. Means demand has increased, the cost also decreases. Everyone started eating. So this is cost. When everyone started eating the potatoes, immediately the cost of the potatoes has increased. That is a regular price. So that is individuals save the extravagant food sources like meat, purchase of more potatoes to adhere their eating regime. So like this, they will make the changes in the adverts. Understood? Next is a price changes expectation. For example, the cost of certain vegetables and fruits. These are give the essential products because these are the essential. This is vegetable and fruits. These are the very essential goods, that is a purchasing more vegetables where it is a further cost rises. So it is a expanding the increases. Got. Now, change in income. Are you getting that? Change in the income. Hello?
Yes, ma'am.
It's clear and understood?
Yes,
Yes,
ma'am.
ma'am.
So now we'll go to the change in the income. So there will be a change in the behavior. When you are changing the behavior of goods, the purchase of goods and services, then is a personal income also increases, change in the personal income also. So your family's personal disposal, that is income increases, they might buy more items. Yes, Venu, Kiran, Preethi. So here, how the income increases, then the cost and your purchase behavior also increases. When your income has decreased, your purchase disposal also decreases. Understood? And luxury goods. Luxury goods means where consumption of luxury goods, which is a gold, silver, real estates. These are certain product or the services. And the consumer's negligence. When you are buying, the price changes.
Ma'am, screen has not changed, ma'am.
Now,
Thank you, ma'am.
so here, consumer negligence. So when you are paying more than the market price, means these all are where it is ends. So purchase, that is at the end, consumer may end to pay more. Means here, where unaware of the price, when you go to the market and you are don't know. So you will ask the shopkeeper, what is this amount? How much it is? So you are unknown, you are negligent. So for that, you will be paying more amount and you'll come. Understood? And next is a effect in the demonstration. Effect is mean middle income consumer tend to imitate a copy of the upper. So upper middle. You are in the lower level, you will copy to the upper middle class consumer behavior. So that also makes to trend the purchase of same product. Is it clear? Then change in means if you are seeing the rich person, so you will, I too must get this one. నాకు కూడా ఇట్లాంటిది కావాలి అనేసి అంటే then the purchases also increases. Okay. And next is a change in the taste, preference and the fashion. When consumer changes in the taste and preferences, that makes a fashionable product. When your changes, then it gives a fashionable products. So then the quantity demand. మా ఎవరింట్లో చప్పుడు వస్తుందో మ్యూట్ చేయండి అమ్మా. So quantity demand with an increase in the price rises. Is it clear? So like that, it is a trading mix. And next is a types of demand. Types of demand. The demand refers here. Demand refers to the willingness or effective desire. Willingness. Yes, I have to buy it. Means that is a demand for an individual to buy a product, then supported by their purchasing power. So product we are supporting by the purchasing power. So in economics, demand is generally classified into various factors. That is a various factors it has. So yeah, the number of consumers for a given product. That is the nature of product, the utility of product means what is the nature of the product. The utility means why you using that product. Interdependent of different product means the utility and the interdependent of that product is also makes the demand. So now we'll see the types of demand. In the types of demand, we have price demand, income demand, cross demand, individual demand, joint demand, composite demand, and the direct and derived demand. Got? Understood?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Now we'll see the
Yes, ma'am.
wait 1 minute, pa. So now price demand. In the price demand, is a demand for different quantities. When you make the demand, that is a different quantities of a product or service that consumer intended to buy. That is a given price. That is a related goods and level of
Ma'am,
income.
important question.
Yes, it's a very important question. Types of demand. So when is a different quantities of a product or services, when the consumer is, when you, means the person who buys it, purchases the goods, the consumer, he intended to purchase at a given price and the time period. Means they'll sell, no, before this time, the cost will be this much, and after this date, the price will be increases. So such as the prices related goods, the level of income of a consumers, consumer preferences remain unchanged. Okay? Next. So it is inversely proportional. It is inversely proportional to the product or services. Inverse. It is cross. So as the price of a product or the services rises, its demand falls and the vice versa. When is the product the price increases, price of a product or the services rises, then demand will also fall. Increase, once it is increases, the other will decrease. Is it clear?
Yes, ma'am.
So have you taken the screenshot, types of demand?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Next is this one, income demand. Income demand means there is a different quantities of a commodity where it gives the services to the consumer. And even it is intended to purchase at different level of income where you are assuming the factors remain the same. So here generally when it is services, commodity or the services increases, with an increase, the level of income also individual, that is inferior goods, that also increases. Commodities in demand for the commodity increases means along with that the level of income also increases. Take the screenshot, ma.
Okay, ma'am.
Finish?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Next is a cross demand.
Ma'am, this is a long answer.
Yes, ma'am. Okay. Now, cross demand. Cross demand means what? Cross demand refers to the demand for different quantities. Means it is intercross. For example, means where it is services whose demand depends not only on its own price, but also on the price where it is related. For example, tea and coffee. These two are substitute to each other. When price of the coffee increases, you will go to the tea. If the demand for the tea increases, then it can be said that tea and coffee has a cross demand. Demand increases means price will increase. When once the coffee price increases means immediately you'll go to the tea. But demand increases, you will pay. Understood? And individual demand and market demand. Individual means individually where it is based on the number of consumers in the market. And here, individual demand refers to the quantity of a commodity or service demanded by an individual consumer at a given period of time. So, for example, a quantity of a sugar, that is a quantity of a sugar. I can say that is 1 kg of a sugar that an individual or a household purchases in a month. That is an individual or a household. But the demand for the product influences. Yes.
Ma'am, in textbook only three demands are there, ma'am. Individual demand is not mentioned in it.
Okay. So here,
So we need to refer this also, ma'am.
you
This
can,
point
if you write,
also.
if no, nothing will happen. Ma. If you write individual demand and market demand.
Okay, ma'am. Thank you.
So when you are taking the individual demand of a product is influenced by the price of the product. So income of customer is also, and it's also taste and the preferences. Okay. Joint demand. Joint demand means what? Joint demand is the quantity demanded for 2 or more commodities. Where it is demanded for 2 or more commodities that is used jointly. For example, car and petrol, it is a joint. Bread and butter, it is also joint. Pen and refill, this is a joint. So these all are the commodities where we are using jointly. Okay. And the demand for such commodities changes proportionately. When one raises, the demand for car results to the demand for petrol. Is it clear? Next is a composite demand. Composite means both. Till now, we have studied only either this one or this one. Composite means using the both, making the use. Composite means it is a demand for commodities that is a multiple user. For example, demand for steel, it is resulted for making the use of many purposes like making utensils, car, bodies, pipes, cans, like it making the composites. Only one steel it is using for all the things. In example, if the price of steel increases, then the price of the product made the steel also increases. Is it clear? When you go to the gold shop, if you ask the ornament, cost बढ़ गया, the same moment, if you are buying the raw of the gold, the demanding prices increases, ornament also increases same. So your steel where it is used, gold is made for the many things used. And it is scarce good, very lessly available. Everyone cannot buy it. Okay. In such cases, people may restrict consumption. restricted their consumption of products made of steel. So I think it is there, direct and derived demand. Yes, ma?
There, ma'am.
So here, a direct and derived demand. So
Ma'am.
yes, ma? Yes. Someone is asking. Direct and derived demand means it is a demand for a commodities, for services where it is a final consumption. For example, demand for food, shelter, clothing means these all are your natural desire. These all are your natural desires. So in this, food, clothing, shelter, and vehicle, these all are a direct demand where it is a rises out, of a biological, physical, and the personal need of a consumers. Means these all are the directly where you are getting the consumption and you are getting the satisfaction. Got my point?
Yes, ma'am.
Yasmin, what you are given? No, demand is not increases. Demand will be changed. Any doubts, ma?
No, ma'am.
No, ma'am.
So tomorrow we are going to take what is the next topic, ma?
Elasticity.
Of price.
Elasticity of demand.
Elasticity of demand. In that we
Demand.
have a price elasticity. What?
Income elasticity.
Yes, cross
Cross
elasticity.
Income elasticity, promotional elasticity.
So this is also important and long question.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay.
Okay, ma'am.
So tomorrow we'll complete the second block.
Ma'am,
Okay, ma'am.
please give important questions of economics, ma'am. It seems very difficult.
Ma, just now I told no law of diminishing marginality utility.
Okay, ma'am.
So wherever it is there, I'm telling no.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes.
I'm telling no.
Yes,
Take
madam.
down. Then what happened?
మ్యామ్ గ్రాఫిక్ రీప్రజెంటేషన్స్ ఏం అవసరం లేదా మ్యామ్ ఎగ్జామ్స్ లో?
ఏందమ్మా?
గ్రాఫిక్ రీప్రజెంటేషన్
నీ వాయిస్ కరెక్ట్గా వినబడతలేదు.
గ్రాఫ్ రిప్రజెంటేషన్ అట.
గ్రాఫ్ రిప్రజెంటేషన్ దేంట్లో?
మ్యాథ్స్ లో మోడల్.
ఏందమ్మా? నాకు అర్థం కావట్లేదు నువ్వేం చెప్తున్నావు.
డిమాండ్స్ లో గ్రాఫ్స్ అవసరం మేడం అంటుంది.
అవసరం లేదు.
అవసరం లేదు.
అవసరం లేదు. మీరు ఏమి గ్రాఫ్ లో చెయ్యొద్దు.
ఓకే మేడం.
అర్థమైందా?
Okay, ma'am.
ఓకే ఫైన్. We'll meet tomorrow.
ఓకే మేడం. రచ్చరంబోలా అయిపోయి ఇవాళ క్లాసుల తర్వాత ఆయన అర్థమైందా? ప్రాక్టికల్స్ ఏమో తెలియదు కానీ ప్రాక్టికల్స్ ఐడియా లేదు. ఇంగ్లీష్ క్లాసులు ఉన్నాయి మనకు గైస్? ఇంగ్లీష్
What the timing of English class?
చిన్నగా వస్తుంది.
English class timing.
అర్థమవుతుంది. ఐడియా ఉంది ఎవరికన్నా ఇంగ్లీష్ క్లాస్ ఎప్పుడు ఉంటుందో?
No.
నో. ఓకే. ఇంతకుముందు రచ్చ చేసి మొత్తం మ్యూటేసి పడేసిన సార్. క్లాస్ అయిపోయింది.
Time. English.
స్టూడెంట్ సక్సెస్ సెంటర్, డ్రీమ్ ఆఫ్ సక్సెస్ అండ్ వర్క్ హార్డ్ ఫర్ ఇట్. కొటేషన్ 10 ఇంగ్లీష్ ఉందట. ఎప్పుడు బ్రో ఇంగ్లీషు?
Time.
ఇంగ్లీష్ లిటరేచర్ అవసరం లేదు, నార్మల్ ఇంగ్లీష్ ఉంటాయి. లిటరేచర్ మనకు లేదు, నాకు లిటరేచర్ కాదు. లిటరేచర్ కాకుండా నార్మల్ క్లాస్ ఉంటే చెప్పండి.